Hey guys, Elias here. Just want to give you guys a couple quick tips when it comes to servicing people's computers and just doing customer service with computer repair, etc., etc. When you're working with people who are illiterate when it comes to computers and IT. Some of the things I just want to give you a couple of my professional opinions, some things that will help you if you're looking to get started in IT or computer repair. Now, with first thing we're going to talk about is elderly people. Elderly people like their computers to be simple. Alright, they do not like change. So I'm just forewarning you guys, if you, for example, set up a new computer for an elderly person, they are going to want their desktop exactly like it was on their old computer. They do not like change at all. So transfer over their documents and their desktop the way it was, with the same software installed. If you have to reinstall the software, if you're able to do that, you're going to get paid more anyways if you charge hourly. So make sure their desktop is exactly the way it was. Also make sure their favorites and their bookmarks aren't transferred over, because they don't want to have to go searching the internet for their websites. They will have a hard time with that. So that's one. Number two, I'm doing this right off the top of my head. Make sure before you leave everything works. Make sure printer works, make sure the scanner works, make sure they're able to open up their documents. Otherwise, you're going to be called and you're going to have to go back out on your own time and fix whatever issues they're having. Just check everything while you're there. I would recommend making a checklist, a generic checklist for each service call, and check it off. Just for every service call, then you know for a fact that that customer is taken care of fully. And also what I would do is, if they have an email, like an email client like Thunderbird or Outlook, send a test, create your own email just for receiving test emails. So, customer has Outlook, you send a test email to your email that you use for testing the emails, for receiving the test emails, and then you have proof that that their email was working when you service them. Number three, elderly people like to be talked to on their level. And this doesn't just go for elderly people, I think it goes for just computer illiterate people who are computer illiterate. Don't be condescending. Talk in plain language to them. Like, don't throw out all these things like, oh, your CPU and your solid state, or your virus definitions. Don't say complicated things like that. Stick to it simple. Instead of saying, oh, your CPU, say the brains of the computer, or the processing power of the computer, how fast your computer can work. Or instead of saying SSD, just say your hard drive. It's the same kind of hard drive that's in your phone. That's the type of hard drive that this computer has. It's called a solid state hard drive. Or just refer to it as the hard drive, which is where all of your files are located. Keep it simple for them. The simpler it is, the more they're going to like it. And I got old ladies around Christmas time baking me cookies when I come out to service their computer. They're paying me $80 and they're cooking me cookies. So that's how much my customers like me. I think I'm on number 4, so I'm kind of driving here at the same time doing this little countdown. But number 4, don't under any circumstances take advantage of people, because they will find out that they're being taken advantage of, even though they're computer illiterate. They can go to another tech or another computer repair store, ask questions, and figure out, well, hey, this guy ripped me off. It's okay to charge a little bit of markup on a system. Don't go like 200, 300%, upcharge them. That's just not right. The general rule of thumb is 30 to 35% on hardware, including computer systems. If you do a free installation, then I would probably charge a little bit more for the system. It'd be like, well, hey, my systems come with 2-year warranty, and they come with a free setup, free data transfer, so they're getting a lot more than just the computer. So them paying a little bit more for that computer, it's not going to sound as bad, because they're going to have to pay a service call fee and a delivery fee normally to have a computer delivered and set up for them, which is going to be more than what I'm selling the computer for. So, really, I mean, that's about it. Make sure you're on time, because elderly people don't like, just people in general, I guess, don't like to wait around for you. They will call someone else. I've had that happen multiple times where I was running behind. I just couldn't call the customer to let them know I'm running behind. And that was my fault as a technician and as a business owner. That was my fault at not letting them know where I was in the day and the expected time of arrival. Normally I give a customer about 2 hours for me to arrive on site. So I usually have like between 8 and 10, 10 to 12, 12 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6. Those are my time slots usually. And that seems to work out pretty good. And if I can get there at the beginning of the window of arrival, I can usually, pretty much stay on top of the schedule. Don't look at that 2-hour window don't look at it like, okay, well, if you had it scheduled for between 8 and 10, don't look at it like, well, okay, I can be there at 10. Try to get there as early as possible so you can stay ahead of your day, because you never know what you're going to run into. Trust me, I've seen everything, okay? And I think we're on number 5 or 6, but the most important thing for you to do as a technician before you even touch a computer is make sure their data is backed up. Because if you lose their data, they can actually press charges and sue. So you don't want that. You definitely do not want that. If you're a small company like me, you can't have that happening. So that's about it, guys. I can come out with some more tips later on. I can throw out a couple more in the next video, but I'll throw one more in right now. Get a routine down when it comes, if you're having a hard time, say if you're doing a service call for $80 an hour and they say, well, that's just way too high, you tell them, well, you're getting someone with a lot of experience, okay? Getting someone with a lot of experience. Also, you are getting more than what you're just having me come out there to do. I would clean out your computer. All of our service calls include a computer tune-up, a virus scan, so we remove any viruses that are on the system, a tune-up, and We test all the hardware in the computer, including printer, scanner. We test their networking, reliability. So you get a lot for that $80 an hour compared to other companies where they'll just come there and say if you call for a slow computer, well, you're getting more than just checking to see why it's slow. We are doing a full diagnostics. We are checking every little crevice of that computer. We also blow computers out with a can of air or with an air compressor. So you're getting a lot more than what you're paying for. So that's about it, guys. And just like I said, keep a routine. Use the same programs. Like my favorite program for doing computer cleanup is called CCleaner. I used to use a program in conjunction with CCleaner called ATF Cleaner, and that program's just been kind of old, so I stopped using that, and I'm strictly a CCleaner guy now. One of my favorite antiviruses is Malwarebytes. Bitdefender is also really good, but I always recommend Malwarebytes. Malwarebytes is excellent, does an excellent job. A good program if they're running Windows for removing viruses. That did real great back in the day, like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, is called Combo Fix. So that's another good one. It's like a command prompt type antivirus, but it did an amazing job. It killed the FBI Money Pack virus back in the day, 5 years ago, when that was rampantly spreading around our city. Another tip, make sure you keep a bootable Windows drive with all these tools on it. So like hard drive diagnostics tools, so you can check the health of a hard drive, data recovery, cloning tools to clone a hard drive for a customer, etc., etc. Make sure that you have a bootable USB drive for that. That is going to be very, very important, because if their computer's not able to boot, they're not able to get their files, you are going to be their hero. You just boot into your thumb drive and you cover their data onto an external media, like an external drive, and they're going to be so happy with you. A lot of these tools that are included in these bootable thumb drives include like bootable fixes, like no bootable drive found, or NTLDR. I think that was like an old Windows XP or Windows 7 boot error. No NTDL. That would just require fixing the bootloader. So you can do that easily from these USB thumb drives. So make sure you carry that drive with you at all times. And another good thing is a lot of these bootable drives have antiviruses built into them, so you can actually scan their whole system. Excuse me. You can scan their whole system, and their system's not actually in use, so you can scan their entire system because you're booted into the USB drive, not into their actual internal hard drive. So you're actually able to scan their entire desktop, their entire hard drive, and you're charging for that too. You're charging for a full antivirus scan if their system is really, really, really bad. So carry that with you all the time. I'd say CDs are pretty much useless nowadays. I don't use any CDs. I use all USB thumb drives. So, alright guys, that's it. If you have any questions, post them in the comments below. I'm here for you guys. If you need any help being a technician, or if you have any questions about computers, just let me know in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. Alright guys, thank you very much. Peace be with you. Assalamu alaikum.